Good day everyone, I am Adrian M Lozano from BSA2. Welcome to the World of Managerial Cost Accounting lecture. This discussion is accompanied for the final requirement of our subject code entitled ACC 213. Before anything else, I would like to emphasize that this is just a pre-review of the course. Without further ado, I will introduce to you the main idea of this topic, so let's start it. As you can see, this discussion comprises of introductions, advantages, disadvantages, EOQ concepts with formulas, and identifying the theory of constraints. Now, the first topic we are tackling today is all about inventory management, together with its constituents. Nowadays, inventory is occupied the most strategic position in the structure of working capital of most business enterprises. It constitutes the largest components of current asset in the most business enterprises. In the sphere of working capital, the efficient control of inventory has posed the most serious problem to the cement mills because about 2/3 of the current asset of mills are blocked in inventories. Thus, management is essential to govern with the process. Now, what is inventory management? Inventory management refers to the process of ordering, storing, using, and selling companies' inventory. This includes the management of raw materials and finished products, as well as warehousing and process of each item. Experts say that it is directly linked to the operating goal of offering the best service to the customers. Why? Because it helps you manage the customer's experience when it comes to product returns. An inventory management system can track important data concerning returns item and giving you the option to maintain additional inventory levels that mirror your sales return. So, how this happens? When a customer calls for a sales order, delivery must be done at the fastest possible time at the lowest possible cost. In other words, if someone orders from the company, they should provide it as early as possible so that the companies maintain a large stock of inventories to meet the challenging of serving customer. Consequently, we can use the managerial framework. Serving customer on time could be done by applying the presence of technology. It involves tracking of flow of products in and out of your warehouse. It also allows you to know what stock is on shelves, the availability of the product, and the sales process of orders as the product are picked up. Now, why is it essential to undergo this kind of inventory always? Are you already aware of its importance? Okay, I will give the tricks. First, it minimizes the possibility of disruptions in the production schedule of a firm for raw materials, and it keeps down capital investment in inventories. But we should keep in track the boundaries of this process because excessive inventory is an ideal resource of a concern. Thus, investment in inventories should be just sufficient and optimal level. Let's discuss the three types of inventory management strategies, namely just-in-time or JIT, the economic order quantity, and the theory of constraints. So, what is JIT? Just in time, or JIT, is an inventory management method in which goods are received from suppliers only as they are needed. The main objective of this model is to reduce inventory holding costs and increase inventory turnover. So, in this context, inventory policy can be used to reduce costs and help organizations strengthen their competitive position. Now, I have a trick to you. To simplify this, we must use the two approaches, namely digestion time and the just in case. So, in just in case, inventory management is more concerned with managing inventory cost. So, it is the management model in which business order more raw materials than they needed or produce more products than they expect to sell. On the other hand, economic order quantity or EOQ refers to the ideal order quantity a company should purchase in order to minimize the inventory cost, such as holding cost and order cost. EOQ is necessary used in inventory management, which is the oversight of ordering, storing, and use of the company inventory. We have here the EOQ model. The EOQ model seeks to ensure the right amount of the inventory in order to per batch, so companies does not have make orders so frequently they are not an excess of inventory sitting on hand. Okay, next, I want to show you how to calculate EOQ. But wait, I have a question on you. Why is it essential to calculate EOQ? It's a great way to grasp how much product needs to be purchased to maintain efficient e-commerce supply chains while keeping costs down. In line with this concept, EOQ are holding cost, demand, and order cost. Okay, I have here the breakdown of each variable and its use. Holding cost, also known as carrying cost, refers to the total cost of holding inventory. This emphasizes on how much do you spend on holding and storing inventory per unit per year. In order to properly calculate EOQ, you first need to determine the holding cost. To do so, you can refer to simple formulas on screen. Storage cost plus employee salaries plus opportunity cost plus depreciation cost over total value of annual inventory equals inventory carrying, holding, or holding cost. Next is the annual demand. It signifies on how much demand do you get on product each year. Now, by looking into historical order data, you can determine the number of units sales over a year. Lastly is order cost, or S. This also referred to the setup cost. It means how much order cost per purchase does. This is done on a per order basis, include both shipping and handling costs. Now, to find optimal order quantity for business, we have here the formula of EOQ. The formula for economic order quantity is EOQ equals square root of 2D over H, in which is the setup cost per order generally including shipping and handling. D is the demand rate quantity sold per year. On H is the holding cost per unit per year. Let's have an example. Let's say you have these variables. $0.75 in holding cost per unit. The demand rate is $10,000 per year. The setup cost is $500. Now solve, just use the formula while ago. So substitute it. Okay, let's go. So EOQ is equals to square root of 2 times 500 times 10 divided by 0.75. And it's equals to 3,652 per sold order. Per order. Units per order. So your optimal order quantity is 3,652 units for the specific product. Okay, let's proceed to the theory of constraints. It is a technique that produces solution for every kind of bottleneck in short time. In today's generation, it is essential since it is a management philosophy which focuses on the weakest links in certain improved performance of system of the company. Companies, whether they are in the production or service sector, should be more focused on the understanding their own structures in terms of process to survive in global competition. Thus, it can be used as a kind of management philosophy as can be integrated with cost accounting system. Now let's proceed on how to classify inventory items. We have your ABC classification, in which inventory is divided into 3 categories, namely A is the most important, B is fairly important, and C at least important. An ABC inventory classification system or ABC analysis is based on theory that all inventory is not of equal value. This implies that you must include setting up sophisticated ordering process for all items, such as taking every purchase order and spending more time discussing lead time with suppliers to guarantee best value and time deliveries. In contrast, C items should take up more or less of time and could be ordered automatically to save valuable human resources. In line this concept are holding costs. So, what is it and why it is included the process of inventory? Inventory holding costs are fees incurred to storing goods in warehouse. Stored inventory is a liability that hits profit margins and increase in business operating costs. The example of this are rent for space, security, depreciation costs, and insurance. We also have the setup cost, which is material goods is produced internally when it's simplified known setup cost. Other one is the stock out cost. So when demand is not known, when certainly stock out cost exists. In inventory control, we have two main questions that we should consider. How much to order and the rent order. These two concepts are essentials in building foundation management. To conclude, an inventory management system recommends replacement based on dynamic optimal levels, ensuring the next order you place is the right quantity to both your customer and your business. That's all. Thank you.